Let's take a guess here. Who had the best selling muscle car of 2021 thus far? And mind you, we're not out of 2021, so things could change. But who has sold the most muscle cars in 2021 between Ford, Chevy, and Dodge? I'll give you a second. Dodge. YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video for you guys. So as you can tell, I'm in the car. That makes this a car vlog. You already know what's going down when I come around. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. First things first, car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around because you're in the right place, man. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out, right? So boom, let's take a guess here. Who had the best selling muscle car of 2021 thus far? And mind you, we're not out of 2021, so things could change. But who has sold the most muscle cars in 2021 between Ford, Chevy, and Dodge? I'll give you a second. Dodge. The Dodge Challenger, man. The Dodge Challenger has dethroned the, I guess, once always leading Ford Mustang. Apparently, Ford Mustang has been the top selling muscle car in America for the last 6 years between the Challenger, the Camaro, and the Mustang. As you know, the Charger, they don't consider the Charger a muscle car because it's a sedan. Doesn't matter how powerful it is, how big the engine is. The Charger guys, we get no love. Apparently, I'm not driving a muscle car, I'm driving a sedan. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they look at this car as. They actually compare Chargers to like Camaros and Accords and Altimas and shit like that. Like, we get no respect in the muscle car game, but that's another story for another day. The Ford Mustang, Dodge Challenger, and Chevy Camaro, you know, the three only muscle cars that we have, I guess, in this country, you know, United States, whatever the case may be. The Challenger has outsold all three of them. Well, I guess the other two. For the last 6 years, Ford Mustang has been the top dog. I mean, you guys know Ford Mustang, the most iconic muscle car. I can be honest and say that the most iconic muscle car that has ever come out of the United States. I mean, if you mention American supercars, sports cars, muscle cars, the Mustang is probably going to be your top three cars. You know what I'm saying? I would say probably like a Dodge Viper, the Corvette, the Mustang, and then, you know, maybe the Challenger and Charger and all that good stuff, or the Camaro. But, you know, always going to be a Ford Mustang. That's always going to be in a competition. Ford has outsold the Challenger last year by over 10,000 units in 2020. And 2020 was obviously during the pandemic, so things slowed down. But Ford still managed to beat Dodge, you know what I'm saying, by over 10,000 units sold in the U.S. alone. We're not even talking about international. But due to the chip shortage, and I think the fact that there's just kind of a culture shift right now, and I say that to say, Dodge is hot right now. I mean, every rapper's talking about Dodge. Every YouTube video that you see, Instagram video, is talking about the Hellcat. The Hellcat is kind of like the benchmark, and I say that to say, like, if you consider your car fast, it's not fast enough until it's beating a Hellcat. You can go to YouTube right now and type in versus a Hellcat or Hellcat verse, and you're going to see Hellcat versus Ford, Hellcat versus Chevy, Nissan, Lamborghinis, Mercedes. Your car isn't considered fast until it beats a Hellcat. Which, to be honest with you, if you can get us off the line, that's really not a hard thing to do as long as we don't catch up to you. But Hellcat is the benchmark. So needless to say, Dodge has become the benchmark for most powerful cars in America, which is honestly true because between the Demon and the Red Eye, horsepower-wise, we have produced the most powerful cars known to man when it comes to America. That's a little bit different when you get it on the track and you start taking in variables and things like that, you know, wheel spin, tires, all that good stuff. You know, all that stuff gets factored in at the end of the day. But as of right now, the Dodge Hellcat is the most powerful car known to man in the United States. We are without a doubt the benchmark. Everything starts with us and it ends with us. Your car isn't considered fast until it has beaten a Hellcat or barely beaten a Hellcat. Let's go ahead and get into the numbers. 14,000 units alone have been sold in the first 3 quarters of 2021 for the Dodge Challenger. 14,000 units alone. have been sold in the first 3 quarters of 2021 for the Challenger, which is making it the #1 muscle car in America being sold. Now, of course, the last 3 months that we have here leading up to 2022, Ford Mustang could come back. It's not likely because it's just not likely. I mean, the likelihood that they're going to sell twice as much as they've sold in the last 3 quarters in 1 quarter just isn't likely. So needless to say, 2021 will go to the Dodge Challenger for the best-selling muscle car in America. Let's see here. Ford has actually taken a 34% decline from 2020. So they were actually doing relatively well in 2020, but apparently 2021, they've been hit harder than most with the chip shortage. And then, like I said, just the culture shift. People are not really fucking with Ford like that right now. Nobody's really interested in the Mustang right now. One thing that I will say about Dodge, as much as I give them shit about just kind of doing incremental updates, those incremental updates mean something. I mean, this interior right here is a 2020. I had a 2015 before this. This looks the exact same as my 2015. My 2015 was a V6. You know what I'm saying? But it looks the exact same as my 2020 392 wide body. And the wide body Scat Pack is Scat Pack and then Hellcat. So literally the 2 most powerful trims, aside from the Red Eye and the Demon and all that stuff, but the 2 most powerful trims that Dodge offers, my interior looks the exact same as my 2015. Dodge hasn't done anything to recreate the wheel or change up the wheel or anything. All they've done is just add literally bigger wheels. With the new wide body variant, giving us a Red Eye and the Charger, new color schemes, super stock with the Challenger, Red Eye with the Challenger. At the end of the day, all Dodge has done is made incremental tweaks, giving us a little this, a little that, and apparently it works. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to create brand new cars. They don't have to give us brand new cars to begin with. They don't have to recreate what's already selling and what's already working. I mean, since 2015, Dodge has been selling. You know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing, or the biggest difference between Dodge and Ford and Chevy, is that the Camaro has pretty much been the Camaro since the Camaro. I mean, the only thing, well, I will say this, the C8 Camaro changed the game. But the fact of the matter is the C8 Camaro is so expensive and it's just out of other people's, price range. It really wouldn't make sense. It's not feasible. And not to mention, if you've ever sat in a C8 Corvette, you literally like this. So it's not a practical car by any means. Challengers, on the other hand, if you've ever sat in a Challenger, you can stretch out, you can do this, you can whatever you want. The trunk is huge. I think the seats in the back fold down. I'm not sure. I know they do in the Charger. But with the Challenger, you've got plenty of room. You got that big 8.4-inch touchscreen. You've got a big car that you can do things with, needless to say. Chevy, not so much. The Camaro is a one-trick pony. It serves one purpose, and that's just kind of that sports car market or a muscle car market. If you've ever sat in it, it's not comfortable, it's small, it's tight, it's cramped in. Some people like it. Some of you guys learn to like it. Me personally, I don't like it. I don't like that. The windows and the mirrors, the windows itself are literally probably a fourth the size of a Charger or Dodge or Challenger window. So needless to say, your viewing angles are all screwed up. So what I'm saying is the Ford, the Camaro just isn't practical, and the Camaro has been the same Camaro since the Camaro. I mean, all they've done to the Camaro is what? I think they added a ZL1 LE package to the ZL1. They gave the ZL1 more power, but that's it. I mean, the 2015 Camaro ZL1 looks just like the, maybe not, the 2016 Camaro ZL1, correct me if I'm wrong, literally looks like the same Camaro that came out last year. You know, they haven't done anything to it. Minor incremental updates. I think they did some things to the headlights and to the tail lights in the back. Power-wise, nothing special there. The SS is the SS, the ZL1 is the ZL1, the ZL1 1LE is the same thing. So needless to say, Chevy's not even interested in doing anything to the Camaro. They just putting it out there, and whatever happens is what happens. To my understanding, Chevy's going to be getting rid of the Camaro in the next coming years. I could be wrong. That's something that I've been hearing. But if that's the case, then that explains why they're just going to let the Camaro die. A slow, quiet death. You know what I'm saying? Ford Mustang, on the other hand, the only thing that Ford has done to the Mustang is they gave us the GT500, 750 horsepower monster. Without a doubt, it's heavier. It's got a new front end body style, new rear end, side skirts, the whole nine. Basically the Hellcat variant of the Mustangs. You know what I'm saying? 750 horsepower is nothing to sneeze at, for real. But once again, the GT500, I think that came out maybe like 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And in between the 2 years, I haven't seen like a GT500 red eye. I haven't seen a new colors. I haven't seen a wide body GT500. It's the small things that Dodge does. The things that I personally take for granted because I've seen this car for the last, since 2015. But it's the small things that makes Dodge Dodge. The fact that our cars are extremely affordable. You can go out and get a Scat Pack right now. A 2021 Scat Pack, I would say a realistically good price would be about 47 to 48. Now, whether you find it for that, I don't know. I mean, dealerships do what they do. But realistically speaking, you should be able to get a 2021 wide body Scat Pack at that for 47, 48. If you wanted a narrow body, maybe 43, 44, maybe even less than that. You can't get that with Ford and Chevy. You can't get 500 horsepower muscle car for under $45,000, brand new. You just can't. They're going to be charging out the ass for those types of cars with Ford and Chevy. So the affordability aspect is there. The aesthetically pleasing aspect is there. Like I said, Dodge has made incremental changes. If you look at the 2019 Chargers, they gave us the little front end vents that a lot of people like put lights and shit on. They gave the SRT package to the 5.7 and then the 3.6, which once again just adds to the kind of marketability of the Charger. As far as power is concerned, Dodge is always adding a little bit. The new Hellcats, they're not putting down 707 anymore. I think they're putting down like 710 or 711 or something like that. Probably not 711. I'm just thinking about the gas station. But I think that they're putting down like 710 or something like that. Oh, and then of course the Ram TRX Hellcat, the Durango Hellcat, the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. You know what I'm saying? Dodge keeps putting these big engines in all of these cars, and that brings nothing but attention to Dodge. You know what I'm saying? Ford, the Raptor, don't get me wrong, the Raptor is a formidable opponent, but when you compare that to a 6.2 liter, 710 horsepower monster of a truck by the name of TRX, and you've got that big 11-inch screen, it doesn't compare if you ask me. Nobody wants a V6 truck. I don't understand why Ford went that route. I think that they're going to regret it, and I think that they are regretting it. And the reason I say that is because I've heard that the new Raptors that are coming out is going to come in a V8 variant. So they went from first-gen Raptors with the V8 to twin-turbo V6 because they thought that they were going to, I guess, change the market. And then that's when Dodge doubled down on an even bigger Hemi, and they put the 6.2 in the TRX. And now Ford is realizing that people want V8s in their truck, and I think they're going back to it. So needless to say, it's small things like that. I mean, Dodge doesn't even have to create new engines, new powertrains. They're literally just taking shit from the original Hellcats, putting them in the Ram, putting them in the Durango, putting them in the Trackhawk. Now they've got a Jeep Wrangler 392. Come on, man. The same engines that Dodge has been building for the last 6-7 years, they just put them in all their damn cars. And these cars sell like crazy because people want powerful, fast cars. We're not at that point yet where everything needs to be efficient and electric and all that good stuff. I think Ford was jumping the gun with the twin turbo V6 Raptor. I think that they thought that maybe they could be like the Apple of their industry, and I say that to say Apple will get rid of the power brick, and then Samsung gets rid of the power brick. Apple will get rid of the play button, then Samsung will get rid of the play button and all that stuff. It didn't work that way. It actually worked in reverse, to where they got rid of something, gave us the twin turbo V6, pissed off a lot of people, and Dodge said, screw that, we're going back to what we know best, big Hemi, big supercharger, TRX, and now Ford is sitting back like, damn, we got to do something. What I'm saying here, guys, to bring this full circle, is one thing that I can honestly say about Dodge is they're very good at the basics. They stick to the basics, and they have perfected the basics. They have perfected the big V8 engine. They have perfected a bulletproof transmission. They have perfected giving people an aesthetically pleasing car. Not to mention, between the Charger and the Challenger, you've got the most powerful sedan ever created in the U.S., and you've got the most powerful muscle car ever created in the U.S. And all Dodge has ever done is just giving you a bigger engine, bigger supercharger, bigger wheels. That's literally it. And it just works, and people love that. You know what I'm saying? People love that. They give you new colors every year. They give you a Stars and Stripes package. They give you power dollar deals. They want you to buy these cars. They want to help you buy these cars. They give you all of these crazy deals, incentives, all this stuff, military discount, the power dollars discounts. They want you to buy these cars. You feel me? I get calls all the time. They want me to trade my shit in and get a brand new 21. I'm like, I'm good with this, you know? They want you to buy a new car, whereas Ford and Chevy, not so much. You see Dodge all over the media. If you're listening to rap music, you see it in the videos, you see it on YouTube. The Hellcat is without a doubt, it's the new Corvette. And I say that to say it's the new American supercar. You know what I'm saying? Or sports car, I should say, even though it's a muscle car, but you know what I mean. It's taking that prestige from the Corvette. But that's why Dodge is selling the way that it's selling, and that's why it's working. Even in today's climate where gas is expensive, you got people driving around in Teslas. Teslas are being powered by iPhones and laptops and such, but people still want a big gas-hungry or thirsty V8 because that's what they want. We're just not at that point yet where we're going to make that switch, man. But needless to say, the Dodge Challenger is the #1 selling muscle car in 2021, beating out the Ford Mustang and the Chevy Camaro. They said the Chevy Camaro wasn't even close. Thus far, in the last 3 quarters, the Chevy Camaro has sold like 5,000 units. They said that Ford has sold a little under 10,000 or a little over 10, and the Challenger has sold a little under 15, a little over 15. So the Chevy Camaro is not even close. Nobody's buying Camaros in 21. Sorry for you Chevy guys. Nobody's fucking with Camaros right now. Like I said, they're not practical, extremely tight and limited as far as space and capacity is concerned. Limited viewing points, right? Limited trunk space. That car is literally built just for what it does to get you from A to B. You and maybe one backpack, you and your son and your daughter. But for anybody else, it's just not going to work, man. And that's where Dodge has capitalized. They've given you the most powerful sedan, and they've also given you the most powerful 2-door muscle car coupe in the United States of America, man. And at the end of the day, all they do is make the wheels bigger, they make the engine bigger, and then they make the supercharger bigger, and people go crazy, man. But that's pretty much where it is, man. That's why Dodge is #1 and everyone else is #2 and #3. As always, it's been your boy Knockout 360, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to me, man. Let me know when you're going to buy that Challenger, man, because obviously we're taking over, man. Peace.